Well, The Professor and the Madman is a curiosity of a film. It's based on a book, The Surgeon of Crowthorne, by Simon Winchester, and it's been a pet project of Mel Gibson's for many years. It's about the strange collaboration between James Murray, played by Gibson, a brilliant autodidact who left school at 14 and now is expert in many languages, and William Chester Minor, an American doctor, a survivor of the Civil War, now imprisoned in Broadmoor Criminal Lunatic Asylum after killing a man in a delusional state. Murray's being considered for the role of editor of the still nascent Oxford English Dictionary. He's supported by Professor Frederick Furnivall, Steve Coogan, but doesn't impress other members of the board. But Furnivall prevails, and Murray and family, his wife is played by Jennifer L. in a thankless role, move to Oxford. Murray's initiative to include a leaflet in books asking for contributions from the public connects with Minor, who begins to send him contributions, thousands of them. Meanwhile, Minor, wanting to atone for his crime, offers his pension to the dead man's widow, Eliza Merritt, Natalie Dormer, who initially refuses to accept, but later, wanting to confront Minor, is won over by his sincerity, and a relationship gradually develops between the two. Now, something went awry with this film. It was the subject of lawsuits between Gibson's company Icon and Voltage Pictures. The director, Gibson's collaborator on the screenplay of Apocalypto, Farhad Safinia, took his name off the film, and it's now credited to the fictional PB Shemran. One of the problems is that so much of it is unbelievable. The relationship between Eliza and Minor, for a start. And it's not easy to make a riveting film about words and their derivation. Mel Gibson is actually really fine as Murray, and I liked Sean Penn, even though he does tend to chew the scenery on occasions. Ultimately, the film is a disappointment. It lacks energy and credibility.
Yes, it is pretty disappointing, this film. It doesn't quite know what it wants to be. Is it a lush period drama about a great man on a grand quest? Or is it a medical thriller about the treatment that Minor's receiving at the hands of a rather dastardly sort of medical figure?
But
or
not
is
at
it
the beginning, not at the beginning. I mean, it's sort of like the awful treatment comes much later. I mean, he's given books, he's given a comfortable room to work in to begin with.
But then it becomes a medical thriller. There's also a kind of, as you suggest, a sort of rather strange romance built into it as well. And also perhaps the worst thing about this film, or the most interesting film, depending on how you look at it, is that it's a film about hair follicles. This is a film about extraordinary beards. I've never seen so many well-kept, massively grown beards congregated in the one film, and the sideburns are growing almost out of the frame.
Well, I think that...
Lush is the word.
I think that they were trying to verisimilitude, but I don't know.
How much time in makeup
They must have had photographs of these two guys to work on. But it's such a shame, because I think that I think Mel has wanted to make this for many, many years. He wanted to shoot some scenes in Oxford itself and do actual scenes, because it's shot in Trinity College in Ireland. And it was taken out of Safinia's hands in the edit, and you feel that there's just a loss of control that you feel really sorry about. Because...
Well, in the end, it's about as interesting as actually reading the encyclopedia.
I
mean, it really is. For a film about words, it's not particularly interesting.
Look, I'd give it 3 stars.
I'll give it 3 as well. Pretty disappointing.
We're linked now, brothers. An American and a Scot. One Oxford, one Yale. One brilliant, one mad.
Mr. Murray, we are watching with a concerned eye.
Watch then, and be amazed.